We want to bring to you right now. There has been a breaking news situation, a shooting over in Tennessee. You can see at a Kroger market in Tennessee. If you're familiar with that area, let's listen in for the coverage right now.
Is for you. You go do your shopping in the afternoon. You don't expect gunfire in the middle of the store when you're going to do shopping. So you can only imagine if innocent people were caught in this, in the crossfire, workers doing their job, people just shopping for the afternoon. We're not sure exactly who may have been hit by gunfire, but we are hearing that there may be several injuries as a result of this, as we try to get more information about exactly what happened. And that will be coming from police, and at some point we do expect that Kroger will put out a statement as well. They have public information officers who I'm sure have been busy trying to gather information. And if you're at home and you know someone who works at this Kroger, or you know someone who lives near there and usually shops at this Kroger, you may be full of questions, and we hope to have some answers for you, but it's probably not a good idea to try to head to the store at this point. They have everything roped off, as you can see, crime scene tape there, keeping people back as they try to do their job to figure out what happened, get help to those that are inside, since we don't know the extent of injuries, and if this individual may have had some help, or if this individual acted alone, and trying to find out more about who this person is. So there will be a lot of activity at this Kroger store at New Byhalia and Poplar Avenue for the next several hours, we can expect, probably, as this investigation continues, and we try to piece together all of the information to bring to you. But again, 1 p.m., shortly before 1 p.m., someone walked into the Kroger store and gunfire erupted, and several people may have been injured in that gunfire. We don't know what happened with the shooter, if he or she, if they are still alive, and what prompted this. But we will be getting more of that information. And there you have undercover police officers as well as uniformed police officers on the scene. And the police chief, Chief Lane, has said that for us to stand by, that he will be providing more information as they're able to put together the pieces of all of this. And of course, they want to make sure they have all of their information correct, and as much as possible as they try to do their job. But what we want to do is to keep you informed here at WREG and let you know what is going on in the neighborhood where you live. And some of you may actually shop at this Kroger, or have been to this Kroger, or live in Collierville. And you are probably just as surprised as we are to have heard this come over our radio scanners this afternoon, that something was happening at Collierville, an active shooter shortly before 1 o'clock at the Collierville Kroger store at New Byhalia Road and Poplar Avenue. And the person opened fire. We don't know the extent of what is going on with that person, whether that person is still alive, whether that person is in custody. We do believe that person is in custody, but we don't know if that person is alive, and how many people were injured. We have not heard how many rounds of gunfire went off inside the store, how many people may have been hit by that gunfire. But if you were shopping at Kroger, you can imagine, you began hearing gunfire, how frightening and unexpected that is. And that's no doubt what these people who were shopping today, and people who were just going about their jobs working at Kroger, probably felt when they heard that gunfire go off inside the Kroger store. So hopefully we will be able to update you and get you more information. We do know that Stacy Jacobson is standing by at Regional 1, the medical center. And Stacy, we saw an ambulance come in just a few moments ago. What is the situation there now?
Well, April, you can really just feel the emotions around Regional 1 right now are very serious, from law enforcement to people just standing around watching as these ambulances are coming in. I'm going to step out and just show you what we can see. You can see a couple of ambulances right there with their lights going on, and then we have a few more lined up all down Jefferson. So far, we've seen about 7 ambulances come in, and as you alluded to, we don't know the conditions or the situations of the people coming in, but again, we can just feel the seriousness in the air. We've also been told some helicopters are going to be landing, so we're going to continue to stay out here and monitor and bring you up to date with all the latest as it happens.
Okay, Stacy, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. We did see an ambulance come in earlier. We were assuming that that ambulance may have been coming from Collierville. Did you see them take anyone out of the ambulance? I know they have it in a bay kind of, so sometimes it gets behind this wall, and I don't know where you are in your purview right now, but were you able to see them take anybody out of the ambulance?
We saw a couple people taken out of ambulances. Ramon, if we can just shift right over here and just show these two that are parked in the driveway. We saw a couple of people taken out. I did hear the medics talk about the blood pressure reading for one of those patients. And we have several agencies that are lined up here. We have Germantown, I saw a Shelby County ambulance, as well as the Rural Metro ambulance. And I have not seen a Collierville ambulance yet, but we have seen all of those other agencies and also a Memphis Fire Department ambulance. So we have seen a couple of people taken out, and we're just watching to see what continues to unfold.
And we do see some people standing around there. I don't know if they are Regional 1 workers. We do see, are those police officers as well that are there?
Yeah, there's officers here from multiple agencies, as well as there's 3 security officers that we can see right here. There's also this ambulance that's backing up. We did have an officer come up to us and tell us that some helicopters would be landing soon. They said no vehicles are allowed to be moved anymore now that the helicopters are going to be coming in. So it seems like there are officers out here from multiple agencies, and I'm looking right now, and medics from multiple agencies as well.
And we did see that helicopter hovering above the med earlier. I continue to call it the med out of habit, but it is Regional 1. We did see the helicopter hovering above earlier, and they also said that more helicopters would be coming. And Stephanie joins us now. And Stephanie, you know, a lot of times when these happen, that's the first place people go to, the med.
That's right, and that's our trauma center, and that's where the people who are prepared to take care of, you know, the worst tragedies in this community, they're prepared to take care of those kind of cases. And April, I'm just joining you here on the set, and because I work the evening shift, and so this is during my drive in to work time. And as I was driving in, I could see like the interstate was filled with at least 6 or 7 MPD cars that were blazing past me with their lights and sirens going. I also saw a couple of ambulances and also what looked like fire department administrative officer, because he was in an SUV with also their lights and sirens on. So this is a massive undertaking in that community right now. And this is a case in which they call upon, as you know, mutual aid, because as we said, the FBI, the Collierville, and probably other municipalities besides Memphis Police and Shelby County Sheriff's Office are also responding at this time.
Yeah, and that's what Zanetta said earlier. She is on the scene. She said Germantown Police there, as well as the Memphis Police Department, because it's going to take a lot to try to figure out what happened. This happened in the middle of the afternoon. People shopping, people working at the Kroger store, and something happened. An individual went into the Kroger store and gunshots were fired. So there's a lot to sift out from this. The main thing, though, is getting those people that may have been injured, getting them the help they need.
Yeah, and that's why you have so many ambulances out there responding. We're looking live now at what's going on there in the parking lot. And April, I know you've been out to that area many times before.